Hi everybody, this is Show 60 of Shonen Barbershop and Toku Break. It's nice to meet you.
Hi everybody, this is Draven Darkwood here. Don't do drugs.
Hello, I'm Loli Lexi. I'm here because I have breath.
And I'm your host with the most, Zonga Fielding, and this is Audiosolvent. It's game time. Yay, we all failed at being in unison. Anywho, kids, the topic for today is movie adaptations of video games, comic books, as well as video game adaptations of movies and comic books. So, both vice and versa.
Pornos count, right?
No, porno spoofs do not count.
Damn it.
Sorry, Route 34 isn't going to work with this one.
Nope. No, it doesn't.
Anyway, I believe we should start off with some of the most common adaptations most recent adaptations we've seen. The whole Marvel adaptations.
Oh, really?
X-Men First Class, The Avengers, all that good stuff.
Avengers can suck my dick.
What?
Oh,
Wow.
whoa.
That was a good movie.
Avengers was awesome.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Okay, what did you have wrong with it?
Okay. The character scheme? No.
What do you mean?
They weren't even right on the storyline. If you've read the comics, you know that they clearly left out
Ant-Man?
the main points.
Well, they
Yeah.
also left out Ant-Man, but they're trying to bring it to a broader audience. Of course, I understand this. I'm a fan of Marvel comics and whatnot, and I read their comics and I actually buy them and things like that. I can look past them leaving out a few characters and a few details. But
Well,
I guess Lexi can't.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Sometimes putting in characters can be a bad thing. Who has seen X-Men Last Stand?
I have.
Oh, God. The less we talk about that, the better, please.
Oh, no, but come on. Bear with me. Who has seen it?
Yes, but they even the X-Men movies left out bad guys that
No, but
are supposed
you've
to
seen
be
it, right?
Yes.
But you've seen it, right? Okay. Go with me if you remember. In the scene where the X-Men are having their whole, they're standing in a line and they're about to take the horde of mutants, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you remember that girl who poofed into shadow with the purple hair?
Yeah.
She was slightly in the background. That was Psylocke. They randomly put in Psylocke for no freaking reason. She's a teleporter. That's all. That's all she does. She's a teleporter. The psionic blade creating mutant is a teleporter.
Mm-hmm.
And the second X-Men movie. Do you remember that Asian chick who never said anything? That was Lady Deathstrike.
Mm-hmm.
One of the many, many people Wolverine has boned. She didn't even have a line.
Yep.
Putting in characters can be just as bad as not putting in characters, so I can totally agree with Lexi here.
Yeah. But the thing about it, Hank Pym...
Okay, not totally agree, sorry.
Hank Pym, the reason why they didn't put him in the movie, because in the comics, if you're familiar with him, he's had a lot of emotional as well as, relationship problems with, like, for instance, when he helped create the Avengers, he was physically and verbally abusive to his wife, and they did not want to include that in the movie. So they left out Hank Pym.
Yeah, I imagine that would, bring down the rating a little bit.
Of course,
Or
Hank Pym
who knows?
Yeah, of course, Hank Pym got better over the years, but I can completely understand why they left him out.
Kind of blanking though right now, but I'll remember randomly. They should have kind of stuck with the storyline because there's a character that's part of the Avengers that didn't start off with them?
Hulk.
Yeah,
No, Hulk was a founding member of the Avengers.
I remember him being kicked out early on.
Not necessarily. He was there for a good long while.
I remember him being kicked out. I never paid too much attention to Hulk. He wasn't really one of my followers.
But yeah,
Wasp was a good character. They could have had him in there.
Who?
Her, whatever.
well,
She looks
there's
like
been
Peggy.
several Wasp. Hank Pym has even used the identity as Wasp before. Actually, that's his current.
Do you mean? Wait, do you mean Angel?
No,
The girl?
there have been several female Wasp, just like there have been different male Wasp. So it's
like-
kind of a broad subject mentioning Wasp in general. Because you're like, which Wasp? And then it gets confusing. Was it like Wasp number 35? Or Wasp number 1? Because,
So many wasps.
yeah.
I think our ending. I think we should end this one and move on to some of the other ones. But I think my last comment for this one would be X-Men First Class.
Okay.
Oh my god, that was shit.
Penis in the asshole.
The only reason I say that is because, hey, you remember the guy who shot? Give me a moment. Hula hoops of terror. That was Havoc. They saw a guy who absorbs light and shoots it from his hand. They decided, you know what he needs? He
Hula
needs to
hoops of
spin
death.
around with hula hoops.
Havoc is
That
actually
and
his brother.
Azazel. Azazel, the freaking demonic-looking teleporter.
Yeah, because he's
That's
actually
exactly
a
what
demon.
he is. Azazel is one of the 9 lords of hell. Well, okay, I wouldn't say hell,
It's
but yeah, he's one of the
weird
9 lords. And why is he there? Oh my
because
god!
they needed someone to fill in Nightcrawler's place.
I hate them. I hate them all. Oh, by the way. And when you saw Magneto take his actual costume, didn't it just look ridiculous? It just kind of seemed all baggy and something that you find in a freaking Walmart.
It's more or less
It
like
looked ridiculous.
it's more one of those. He'll grow into it.
No, he won't. Why did they just keep the costume from the first 3 X-Men? That one
Because
was
you
good.
touch yourself at night. Anyway, another movie adaptation that I can think of. How about that? This will be a very easy subject to talk about. And this is a relatively old movie. I'm not sure if all of you have seen it. But the good old-fashioned, Street Fighter movie.
Oh god, the cult
Wait.
classic.
Yes.
Of course!
Yes.
Of course.
That line has been...
The very movie that coined the Dark Walker's tagline for that guy with glasses.
No,
Of
but
course!
see, it still had funny stuff in the movie. Like, for instance, when the tank drove, when, Zangief and the group of people were watching the movie, and then all of a sudden the tank, flew, drove through the wall that the television was, and he looked at everybody and said, "Quick, change the channel." That was hilarious.
That was funny.
Yes, that was funny. I'll give you that.
It did have some good lines, but that was during the age of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
He's only done one movie, and that was Bloodsport. Stop
He's-
making movies.
He's done several movies, and by the way, his back to his direct to DVD, because I can't say direct to video movies anymore because no one fucking knows what a VHS is anymore. But
How can you-
Oh my god, is that a VHS? I've only heard of those.
yeah, but back in But well, now his movies, his directed DVD movies are freaking amazing. They're actually really good. They are better than almost all of his like movie releases in the 90s.
I do indeed give him a silent applause.
Yes. I find that amazing.
But yeah, back to the subject of Street Fighter. My take on it is, it was a suck movie, but at the same time, it really did have had a great decent impact on its fan base. I'm not gonna lie. Also, Paul Jr. was a good Bison.
Yeah, he was. Too bad he died.
Yeah, which is more than I can say for the current Bison in Legend of Chun-Li.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the better remakes. Or not remakes, adaptations. Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat was good.
Well, the first one.
The first one was good. The second
The one was shitty.
I won't deny, I do like the second one. But for one reason, and I think you will forgive me for this reason.
What?
I like the second one because the first 5 minutes, Johnny Cage gets killed. I loved it.
To that.
I would watch that movie over and over just to see him die.
Why? Johnny Cage is awesome. He is the best
Because
character
Johnny Cage-
in Street Fighter.
There's nothing wrong with Johnny Cage in the game, but he
I
needs
like how
to
no
stay
one caught it. I like how you
my
didn't catch
God.
that, Niccolo.
What?
I like how you didn't catch that, Niccolo.
Oh, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I
I
said
thought it was you.
I like Johnny Cage. He's the best character in Street Fighter.
What? Wait, I don't get it.
Of course you don't. Anyway, back on task, ladies and gentlemen.
Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, Super Mario Brothers. That movie where Bowser.
That wasn't a movie. That was a vomit on a phone.
Well, there were actually several issues with that movie, such as all sorts of horror happened with that movie.
When I saw it for the first time, I was just puzzled.
Yeah.
First of all, why is Luigi the one who's getting Peach?
It wasn't Peach. Daisy was the female of the movie, the princess.
Oh, my fault. Then why the hell is Daisy even in...
Because Daisy is actually Luigi's girlfriend, and I guess they didn't want to have the princess in it.
Why is she queen of the wrong kingdom?
I don't know.
Not only that,
It brings up a valid point, though. If she's the de facto ruler of this nation, why is she still a princess? Why is she not queen?
that princess just sounds better. It makes them seem young and beautiful. I'm not sure why they can't be queen, but whatever. I guess technically because he's still alive. As alive as you can be being fungus.
Yeah, I guess. Anywho, how about that Doom movie?
Oh, I didn't mind it.
Neither did I, actually.
It wasn't a good movie by far, but it was definitely an enjoyable.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I also enjoyed the fact that The Rock was the main antagonist at the end.
Okay, yeah, that was cool. How much ammo do you have? 38 bullets? You? 1 round.
What did you think of the current Amazing Spider-Man movie?
They actually had Lizard Man do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do
liked
think
it.
they had a great cast for Lizard Man too. They got his whole. They got his personality and everything just right. Gwen Stacy was relevant and not just kind of a girl with blonde hair. And I do think they got Peter Parker pretty well too. In the first one, they got his vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
In the first three, sorry, they got his vulnerability. But in this one, it made him a much more fleshed out character.
Yeah, and he
Because,
wasn't
yes,
the
made a
whiny
promise
bitch.
to her dad and everything. But you know, he's still that teenager kid, and he does end up breaking that promise. Trying not to give any spoilers. Although I'm not sure why everyone thought he was Spider-Man. That never happened, but whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. They had many interesting scenes too, like having Spider-Man shoot a ton of webs in the tunnels and have that sense for vibration when he could figure out where the lizard man was. That was cool. Spider-Man actually does stuff like that all the time.
Yeah.
It's just never relevant because he's always swinging New York, kicking face.
There's also another adaptation that seems to keep ringing in my head as Full Metal Alchemist.
What do you mean?
Full Metal Alchemist is, well, both of them, the first one and Brotherhood, both adaptations of the Hiromu Arakawa comic book.
Okay.
Now, with the first one, the original creator didn't want it to be close-knit to the original series. So the storyline itself would branch off halfway into the show. Whereas, like, later in 2009, it was pretty much accurate, 100%, almost 100% accurate to the comic.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, for the uninitiated, Full Metal Alchemist is the story of two brothers who try to play God and resurrect their mom, only to have their body parts and their spirit pretty much taken from them.
Mm-hmm.
So, what they do is go on this little journey to find the Philosopher's Stone to recover their bodies. But in doing so, they get into all sorts of trouble. One of which is with a series of your early day androids called homunculus. The 7 main homunculi after the 7 cardinal sins. After watching both of those, well, both adaptations and reading the comic book, I have to say the first version of Full Metal Alchemist was pretty good, but at the same time it was far too exploitive, and at the same time it had a few problems that kind of bugged me a bit. Especially after reading the comic book and watching Brotherhood, I found a lot of the characters to be likable.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And of course, Full Metal Alchemist was highly praised because of the character development.
I know a little inappropriate joke for you. Welcome to the Edward Elric School for Alchemy. It only costs an arm and a leg.
I find that funny.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
Okay. So then, So, speaking of this sort of thing, how about the, the Metal Gear Solid movie that's supposedly in the works?
Oh, please, no.
The games are a movie.
Movie.
Someone's gonna look that for it. Because I know we were both trying to pull that stunt with Koji, but it was like, no, not happening.
Huh. Damn it. Anyway, Kojima does a lot. Da-da-da. He. I just don't want it. I'm a fan of the Metal Gear series, and I just don't want it to go in the wrong direction. Of course, they're gonna have to leave some things out of like the first movie in order to reach a wider audience. But I just hope that it's a decent and well-made movie. That's all I care about. I will put aside the video games and all of that sort of stuff just to watch the movie, and I hope that it's good on its own merit. Yeah. That's how I try to gauge movie and game adaptations, but seldomly do they make sense. Like how we've previously mentioned earlier things. Now then, I got a good thing. Okay, when it comes to how can I put the vice versa of things? When it comes to movies being adapted to video games, all movie games are bad.
Oh god, let's not talk about them.
All of them are bad. There is no reason.
No.
Huh?
There's one that wasn't.
What?
Dead or Alive. Do you know why?
Actually, you're thinking about the movie adaptation of the video game. I'm saying that video games that are now movies. No, I mean movies that now have video games. So, like, for instance, when Captain America, the movie came out, they, like, shitted out the Captain America video game.
Oh.
Yeah. The only one that I remember being moderately decent was the Cutthroat Island video game for Super Nintendo, and that game didn't even follow shit that has to do with the movie.
How about Iron Man? Iron Man was good. The Iron Man game, anyway.
I've never played it.
I'm not too sure about that.
Actually, it was pretty solid. There was no real bad parts. There were no real good parts. It was just a solid game.
Are you guys familiar with CR from that guy with the glasses?
Are you familiar with who?
CR from Familiar Faces.
Yes.
No, I am not.
I'm very familiar with that guy with glasses and all their stuff.
But yeah, CR actually showed me footage of Iron Man. And judging from the looks of it, I was like, and this is just my personal opinion, don't take my word for it. It was like, what the hell am I looking at?
From the old game after the first movie?
Yes.
What was wrong with it?
Oh my god, there were so many things wrong with it. The graphics looked halfway done. The controls didn't seem all that right. Another issue was like the second game, which wasn't anything better.
Maybe it's just because you have to actually play it. Because when I played it, I thought it was decent. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. Just the controls were all right. It was just all right.
Well,
I never know.
With that, there are some good movie tie-in games that are pretty decent.
I have yet to play one.
The new Star Trek one is going to be really good. I have really good hope for it.
You're a Star Trek fan?
No, not particularly. Like, I've watched Star Trek. I've watched whole things of Star Trek before, but I'm not a fan really.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm a fan of games, and if they make a game off something I know, I'll look into it, do some little research, see if it has any promise.
That's
this
completely
one has
reasonable.
some really good promise.
Speaking of
it's off the new Star Trek movie that they've done, and it looks really good. It's going to tie into the second one.
Speaking of a Star Trek game, I saw in this magazine in which they were making one that was like a 6-person base game, you know, like the command crew of a ship.
Oh,
but
cool.
How it works was it's basically like everybody performing their job as if though they were on the ship. Such as everybody is sitting at their computer and they're typing in whatever they need to type in, coordinates or what have you, and there's one person who plays the captain, and his job is sit in the chair and play the captain. So he directs.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's cool. I guess. No, okay, I can't say that. I think that's shit.
I think the idea is cool, but a lot of comments that I read was like, I can't wait for the online version of this game. You guys need to really go out and, you know, hang out with actual people.
Okay, maybe that's taking a little too much of a shot at fans. I mean, you're a huge fan of Gundam.
Yeah, and if they were... Here's the thing, though. If you're pretending to be a crew of a ship, how can you do really quick commands if you're playing the part as captain? If you're online on a computer and you're saying, hey, I need you to go to these coordinates here, and everybody is going to be synced up weirdly. It's one of those things where you guys have to be in the same room.
Wait, what do you mean it would be synced up weirdly?
Think about trying to play a D&D game over Skype. I know some people can do it, but a lot of people can't. Especially... It's
not really hard.
It can be difficult. For instance, like I've tried to play one where my whole entire group was here, yet except for one person, and that one person was on Skype. And all the back chatter from the rest of the party who was actually in my living room, I could barely fucking hear the one guy that I'm playing with on Skype, to the point where it's like, hey dude, I'm just gonna write your character out of the adventure. It's fine, you'll get all the experience, all of that stuff for it. It's just, I can't do this.
I'm not gonna say it's easy, but you can make it work. Just, you know.
Oh my god. It's just one of those things that are extremely difficult at best.
Yeah. I think the Star Trek thing, though, I do think that it could be worked. It's just like you'd have to see how the game was played personally, or at least me personally, just to give it a yay or nay.
Indeed, but it's a matter of, hey, we kind of need to be in person to do this.
I think it could easily work over a game. I mean, plenty of people RP this stuff. Like, I used to play Star Trek Online for a little bit, and like after about a week, I learned how to RP like it's like a snap of the fingers. Like I could type. Like I could type out commands like that, and it wasn't that. And you know, it's just as long as you can get into the game, things like saying "I want you to go at these coordinates" become second nature.
Well, think about trying. Okay. Anyway, we've digressed.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did they ever bring back Pogs? I mean, I still play.
What are pods?
I actually was watching a special on that.
My sister freaking has pods.
What the hell are Pogs?
There was actually a cartoon show based on the Pogs game. But it wasn't called Pogs. It was basically just somewhat. I don't know the name of it, but the rules were somewhat similar. However, it had more of a mythology theme to it.
What are Pogs?
I'm gonna kill you, Zonga.
Okay, Pogs are easy. They're cardboard round discs with pictures on them, and the point of the game was to stack them and hit them with the bigger, usually made of plastic and or possibly metal, discus, and then you'd hit the stack, and you'd take the ones that were faced up or whatever, and then whoever has the most Pogs with each toss of the thing wins.
That sounds silly to me.
It's not retarded. It's fun.
It's like playing Jack.
I mean, some Pogs are collectible.
Mm-hmm.
And there's actually some Pogs that you can find on eBay that are worth a lot of money. But think of it like a duel, though, because the winner will get those Pogs, and so on and so forth.
That still sounds silly to me.
I think it's fun. I miss Pogs. I want more people to play with.
Well, you can go do stuff with people. Anyway, back on task, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Now,
I thought of another adaptation.
yes,
The original Captain America movie.
from
Jesus
like
Christ.
Oh my God. More
Hey.
Pogs.
hey,
The biggest problem with this one is probably two things.
Reb Brown is
One?
awesome.
What?
Reb Brown is awesome, and anything he
Whatever.
does is awesome.
Anyway, like I was saying, aside from your man lust, there are two things wrong with that movie. One happened early on, when, Bucky or whatever the hell his name was, got turned into Captain America. After, they're like one of
Rogers
the
got
producers
turned
guys
into Captain
congratulating
America.
the doctor on her work. He was like, hey, nice to meet you. Heil Hitler! Then just shot her.
Yeah,
The randomness.
that
Why?
was funny.
Secondly, oh my God, what's wrong with Captain America? He is a total jerk.
Yeah, he was.
For
Yeah.
the time he stole someone's car. No, sorry. He faked sickness and stole someone's car. 4 times he did that. 1 to his girlfriend. Or 2 to his girlfriend, I think. And then 2 to some other guy. What is wrong with this guy? Captain America. America's hero. Stealing cars from his best friend.
Because the writers are bad writers.
Ugh.
Apparently, that seems to be the case.
Yep.
Apparently that's the case for all movies. Oh, I forgot to mention something.
What?
Any movie by that freaking German director who keeps making
Uwe
videos.
Boll.
Uwe
Uwe Boll,
Boll?
that's it.
He, but,
Fahrenheit, Blood Rain. Ugh.
In the Name of the King.
Oh, don't even get started. He needs
I was
to stop.
actually looking forward to In the Name of the King.
He needs to stop. But due to German laws, he has found ways to invest in his movies and gain a butt ton of money, no matter if they tank the box office.
yep. That,
Also, people have problems with his movies. Well, mostly critics. He challenges them to a boxing match and wins.
Oh yeah, because he's a boxer. Okay, who? Why would they accept?
You know what?
What
I
the
would.
heck?
No, win.
No, really. Why accept?
I don't know. I guess pride.
Pride? You're a critic. You don't have pride.
Technically, isn't that what we do?
No.
Yeah,
We talk about
whatever.
stuff. We're essentially a group of friends talking around coffee, just online.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
We're kind of almost like those people. Anywho, da 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 da.
Howard the
But-
Duck.
No, wait. They're not just any kind of critics. They're punching critics.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's it.
No.
Howard the Duck.
Yeah. Howard the Duck. Why would you make a movie off of Howard the Duck?
Real quick. Why did they show duck breasts?
I
Duck.
want to see that too.
No, really. He's just crashing through the freaking apartment
Duck.
and
tits.
duck breasts.
Yeah.
They're just there.
Yep.
Duck breasts. Woo-hoo.
Oh! God, no!
What? What'd you say?
I was like, God, no. No way.
Yeah. Isn't that what it, that's the funny thing. George Lucas made that. He said Jar Jar Binks was okay, but I
Yeah.
hate this.
Yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
George Lucas has only made 3 good.
Oh, really? What are those?
Star Wars, the original trilogy.
Hmm.
Oh, you mean episodes 4 through 6?
I call them 1, 2, 3. Fight me. I will
Personally,
always refer to them as 1, 2, 3.
I like Indiana. Wait.
Oh, the one about aliens? Oh, my bad. Paranormal entity.
I don't know what that.
Or pan-dimensional, sorry.
Don't know what that is.
You've never seen it?
Nope.
You've never seen The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Oh yeah.
Aliens?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I'll believe supernatural stuff. Because that's always been Indiana Jones' thing. Supernatural. Relics, artifacts.
And racism.
And... Okay, I'll let that one slide.
Just like racism. Kalima. Yeah.
Not the whole snakes, chilled monkey brains. That was a little sensitive.
Yep.
I mean,
How about move? Oh, yeah. Continue.
I was just gonna say, their cuisine does involve some of those things, but it's not like that.
Yeah.
Your turn. You're saying?
But yeah, I was also thinking about this movie called Patch Adams, based on a quote-unquote
Oh, I love that
true story.
movie.
What?
Ugh,
He was just being a
that's one of my
douche on the
favorite. I
camera.
love that.
He was just being a
And
douche
I
on
love
camera.
Mr. Holland's Opus.
Whatever.
You
Patch
can, go,
Adams.
you can go back on the street corner where you came from, ho.
Personally, Patch Adams was a shitty movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost none of it was true. It was just freaking. What is his name? What's that actor's name?
Robin Williams.
That's it. I had a brain fart. Sorry. But yeah, it was just him being a douche on camera.
I like the female because of the whole
One
butterfly
that
thing.
didn't exist.
Yes,
He
the
was a
one that
man.
didn't exist, but what he says is beautiful because I actually relate to it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. In real life, he was a man, and he wasn't touched at night, and he didn't get killed by a psycho.
Yep.
I think he died of cancer.
Yeah, the real Patch
How
Adams
did they get-
pissed off.
Yeah, he got pissed.
Yeah, he was really ticked off. Kind of like Shotaro Ishinomori when he found out about Masked Rider.
About what?
Masked Rider.
Oh. That one. Yeah. Why are there so many bad adaptations? I mean, for every good one,
There's like a million bad ones.
there's a million bad ones.
Oh no, the thing is,
Like Spaceship Yamato or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone see that one?
Yes.
oh,
That one was great. That was freaking awesome.
Battleship Yamato.
Yeah.
That's actually based on real wars.
Wait.
That was based
What?
on, yeah.
One in space with aliens? With the
Yeah.
giant gun of dude.
They
Yeah.
actually based it. Okay, Battleship Yamato. That was actually based on a real life battleship, Japan.
Well, yeah, I know the battleship is real and everything, but I didn't know that war was actually based on something. I just thought it was, well, people shooting aliens. Who cares? I think it was cool. For one of those, you get something like Mario Brothers.
Mm.
A bomb? That was probably the funniest line. By the way, were they so lazy that they had to have Mario and Luigi's last name be Mario?
Yes. That's all that was. Ah,
And why was he turned into the king? Even if he was de-evolved, whatever, how come he's not a Goomba?
I don't
Why
know.
the heck is he fungus? And if he's fungus, but the Goombas, how did he have his higher brain function? I mean, the Goombas don't, but for some reason, he can feel and manipulate all the fungus in the city. This is never explained.
Yeah, 'cause it's dumb. Don't worry. Think about it. That's how
But the
aneurysms happen.
badness won't go away.
Yeah, back on the subject of Masked Rider. The biggest multi-million-dollar adaptation in history. Mighty Morphin fucking Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest cash cow in history. Their most recent series, Samurai.
Which still is only halfway done. Somehow.
Surprisingly. Basically, it's the Americanized. It's basically Americanized Shinkanser.
Yep.
I can only guess that Johnny Zacher, longtime producer of the franchise, had pretty much a lot of responsibility for this series, much like he did Time Force and Wild Force. This is mostly due to the fact that Johnny Zacher is a huge Sentai fan.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Goodness. So, anywho,
Razor blades.
indeed. Now then,
What?
if we look at the time, guys, we're running a little long, so sadly I'm going to have to cut us all short. I know there are several things that we would like to talk about personally. I would like to talk about, DC movies and all sorts of things like that, and why it took like 30 years for Batman to get like a good movie. But
Which one are you talking about?
don't worry about it.
Please don't say Batman and Robin, I'll kill you.
Of course it's Batman and Robin. That's the best movie. Anyway,
That
but
credit card.
this is going to be the time in which I have to where we have to cut it short. So, guys, can I have your final thoughts?
Actually, I surprisingly don't have any.
Huh?
Other than adaptations are kind of a mixed bag on that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For me, I think as long as we, for we as in Hollywood, focus more on storytelling and don't get caught up in the whole remaking or translating whatever, and don't like put in a ton of characters or leave things out, but keep a main focus like Spider-Man. They focus on Lizard Man. Osborn was only mentioned and it worked. Last thing, we mentioned that guy with the glasses. I would like to promote him real quick. You may find him at thatguywiththeglasses.com. Go watch the video. He's amazing.
And you can like our page on Audiosolvent, just for the record, on Facebook.
You will find the link in the description.
Yeah, you will.
And you can also subscribe or redeem on dreams for all of eternity till the day you die and suck your soul out through your ass.
Anywho, Lexi, what are your final thoughts?
Well, I
Well,
feel safe
Nicolo
tonight now.
said. Well, Nicolo said what he said because he is Hollywood incarnate. He is just that awesome.
Do you mean awful?
No, awesome.
Awful?
Okay,
Yeah.
I would love to be Hollywood. Full of Scientologist pricks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and rich. And rich. Which is very important. Because, of course, it's all about money. Why would it be about the actors?
I guess.
I don't know, I like Nicolas Cage.
Oh, God.
Nicolas Cage is awesome. He is.
He's an idiot.
No, he isn't. You just suck.
He's a money laundering idiot.
But it was okay, guys.
He deserves to bankrupt. No, that doesn't save him. Hit Girl made that movie worth watching. And she's like 14. Not
He
worth
does
it.
have a point.
Yeah. No, I personally watched that movie for Nicolas Cage. So fuck you, fuck Hit Girl, and fuck her actress.
Well,
My favorite
fuck you,
character
Zonga.
is Dark
Fuck
Mist.
you and... Who?
Red Mist?
Miss?
Red Mist, whatever.
Wow, you even got his
liked
name
him
wrong.
because he was in Superbad, and then he was there, and he was pretty much just emo.
Yeah.
He was just an emo, fake superhero. It just made it funny to me.
Nope. Nicolas Cage is an idiot. I can't get around it. Fuck
No,
him. Fuck you.
you're an idiot. Anyway, before, now,
Okay, my final thoughts. Let's
Yes.
see. I have a quick favor.
yeah,
Who can do the best Nicolas Cage impersonation?
I don't think I can.
I can do Mickey Mouse.
I can do your mom in her ass. Woohoo!
No, you have to get it right. I'm an Oscar named Corporation.
Anyway.
I killed Ben Parker. I love Krypton.
Anyway,
I'm Kennedy assassination too.
I think my final thoughts is it would be funny to see a video game like, I don't know, Assassin's Creed turned into a movie, and the main character have it be played by, what's his name? I want to see him played by Bruce Willis.
Whoa, what? What is wrong with you?
No, wait, I want to see the Doctor played by Bruce Willis. Let me correct that.
Oh, well, okay, I'll buy that. Wait, which second are we talking? Altair or Ezio?
Well, of course, they'll make numerous ones, but I guess...
I'd go with Altair.
Yeah, we'll
I
start
mean,
with that.
if you're gonna have the Doctor even there, it's probably best to have Altair.
And then I think that they need to, I guess, how would you say, what did you guys say? Not revamp. Bring the movie back out, Ghostbusters, and put it in 3D remaster. Just because it'd be awesome to have the Marshmallow Man coming at you.
The Stay Puft Man? The cosmic ghost entity?
It would be so great. And the picture that gets brought to life, that creepy dude.
Vigo?
Yeah, he would actually come out of the picture. I just really want to see Ghostbusters turned into a big screen 3D movie. Not redone by any new actors, just remastered and put out on the big screen.
Lexi, this is why people keep making 3D. It's a dumb gimmick, but people keep watching it.
Because
It would be cool to have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man out at you.
Maybe I'm just bitter, but I think it's dumb. There's no point for 3D to...
My dreams would come true. I would most likely end up drooling, imagining eating him. That's how I would kill him. I would eat him.
Mm-hmm.
That would be... You would die of diabetes before you killed him.
Anywho, my final thoughts. Yeah. I honestly have to say that it is a mixed bag, but when I try to watch movie adaptations, I try to watch them on their own merit, and then afterwards, after I watch it on their own merit and judge them as a movie on their own, how may I say, two legs, then I start judging it as an adaptation of whether it followed the story, whether or not it held up and whatnot. So, and some adaptations are good and will make good movies or good video games if they were not seen as an adaptation. That's my honest opinion, but a good number of them are bad. And on this note, I leave you guys with a song. Mm-hmm.
It's a small world after all.
No, anything but that.
After all. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. They all standing in the rain. You old school for you?
情け容赦のない忍者の世界。使命のためには親兄弟も関係ねえ。忍者にとって何よりも必要のないもの、それは愛ってやつだ。時の流れに身を委ね